Hey guys, it's Bro You Whack, and Tuesday is going to be a very interesting day because not only are we going to be getting the new Map Horizon Lunar Colony, we're going to be getting boops in space and fidget spinners in space. Just so many memes are going to be coming out of this map. I feel like it now that the public is going to get a hold of it. And I'm not just talking about the PTR, but for PC, PlayStation, and Xbox, but also quite possibly the buffs and nerfs to McCree, Reaper, and Roadhog could also be coming on Tuesday, since usually that's the day that things go live, and also this brand new map is coming out. So there's no real reason why it couldn't come out. However, if they wanted to make some changes and still keep it in the PTR, then that's probably why it wouldn't come out. But more than likely, I'm gonna bet that it's gonna be coming out on that day, and quite possibly be changing the meta as we speak. So just a quick rundown of all the buffs and nerfs that happen to these heroes. McCree's buff is pretty much just an ultimate buff. Beforehand, what would happen is that you would use your high noon ability, or Deadeye ability rather, and it would take a little bit to lock onto people, and not only that, for it to charge up and kill people instantly. I always thought McCree's ultimate was just a great ultimate. However, you would just be left so vulnerable as just saying it's high noon and glowing red. So now what the buff is that you lock on a target just a whole lot faster, 0.2 seconds, and also the damage accumulated over time it generates after 1 second. So it's, again, like I said before, it's not a two-step process, it's a 1.5 step process, and you just are able just to not be so vulnerable because, well, the thing is, the way that you get team wipes with McCree's ultimate is usually you would flank around the enemy, but the thing was, he just was so slow, and it was kind of a gamble to try to flank around the enemy. If you got caught by like a Genji, or maybe like a D.Va, or just literally anybody, a Roadhog, you're probably gonna die, and you're not gonna be able to pop off your ultimate, you're gonna have to settle for something else. So at least this way, you're able just to team wipe people a little bit faster and a little bit quicker without being so vulnerable. Now that's a mighty fine buff. However, the main focus here is the Reaper buff and the Roadhog nerf, because I feel like these two heroes kind of low-key counter each other, right? Because Reaper is a tank buster. Whenever you have like a Winston diving on you, you're more than likely gonna go with the Reaper because he can just bring them down quick. Well, same thing with Roadhog, kind of a little bit, because, well, like I said before, he's a tank buster and he's such a bigger target, so that means a lot of the bullets coming from Reaper is going to be able just to kill Roadhog a lot quicker. However, on the other side, Roadhog can easily just hook Reaper and kind of one-shot him. Well, with Reaper's buff here, it just sets Reaper up to be a harder counter to Roadhog, but a lesser counter for Reaper, like vice versa, because let's just say this. So his buff obviously lets him regain 20% health rather than just his orbs. Every time he got a kill, he would regain HP. But let's just say this. Let's say Reaper just fires one shot and gets 100 damage, which can happen because it's a shotgun. That means he's gonna get 20 HP back. Alright, fine, that's not a lot if you just fire one time, but the thing is, he fires so quick, and Roadhog is one of the biggest targets right next to D.Va, Winston, Reinhardt, because he's just this big fat New Zealander. I don't even think I said that right, but you get the whole point of what I'm trying to say. If he just continues to fire in Roadhog, and since Roadhog's nerf, which is pretty much not guaranteeing him a one-shot anymore, bruh, that means Reaper is just gonna counter Roadhog even more, and that means Roadhog is gonna probably be the worst tank in this whole entire meta, because, well, the thing that made Roadhog so powerful isn't in the game anymore, and what that thing was that one-shot ability. So again, it's just a balance of cause and effect. So if Reaper's on the field and Roadhog's on the field, more than likely Reaper's gonna be able just to counter that Roadhog, and then Roadhog's not gonna be any useful because, well, hey, there's a Reaper on the field, I should probably switch to someone else who's not gonna just bust me and just be able to feed his ultimate and feed his HP bar. Now, I'm not trying to make assumptions saying, oh, by Tuesday morning, Reaper is going to be the best DPS king and Roadhog is going to be the worst tank. No, I'm not trying to make that assumption, but what I am trying to say is just the cause and effects of these changes, but also what's going to happen to the meta that's already currently happening for Season 5, taking the Mercy meta, for example. So Mercy's just one of the best healers in the game right now, just because, well, she can kind of solo heal a whole entire team, and she really doesn't need another healer to do her job even better. If you want to take Lucio and Ana, if you throw an Ana grenade right there, and you throw Lucio's amped ability, well, yes, you're going to be able to heal fast right there. Mercy already heals that quickly, plus her ultimate ability is just fantastic. No one else can really bring someone up from the dead besides Symmetra's teleporter. So if we want to just take that in perspective, now Mercy is probably going to be even better because, well, a hard counter to her was Roadhog. Roadhog would be able just to throw his hook kind of in the back line, because Mercy more or less is going to be in the back, not really at the front lines. If she was, well, she's going to be killed right there and there. But Roadhog isn't going to be able to counter Mercy. Well, he still can. I'm not going to say he can't because, well, he's still going to be able to maybe one-shot her if you have a god like Roadhog, but the thing is, if you have a Reaper to protect the Mercy, well, then Roadhog's going to be smart, or at least he should be smart, and try to switch off to someone that could get that Mercy, i.e. like a Tracer, i.e. an Genji. That's also just another cause and effect that could happen from this change, since, well, Roadhog's not a great tank anymore, and since the Mercy's just doing her job phenomenal, well, I'm going to have to switch to someone that has to get that Mercy, i.e. a Genji and a Tracer. So this whole change change may seem like on the face basis, like, okay, it's not going to be that bad, it's not going to change too many meta team comps, but also it's going to, if you just dig deeper at the higher levels, it's just all about countering each other. If you always see a Reaper, if you always see a Mercy, whatever, where you're going to see a Tracer, you're going to see a Genji and whatnot, try to deflect those bullets and try to get that Mercy. Again, I know I went a little bit too in depth with it. I know I gave a lot of situations that more than less wouldn't happen in every single game, but it still could happen just literally because of these 3 changes. I didn't even really talk about McCree's ultimate and how you might be able to see him a little bit more when compared to Soldier Standard 6, because McCree gives the most consistent hit scan damage. When you look at maybe Pharah, well, even though she's not hit scan, but you get what I'm trying to say. He gives out the most consistent damage when compared to Soldier, Pharah, or maybe even Genji, just because we're just able to pop shot people. If you get 2 headshots, well, that's 240 damage right there. You can pretty much wipe out anybody that's a squishy that's under 200 or just 200 HP. Not to mention also his ultimate is going to be able to get more team wipes. While team wipes isn't everything, you're going to be able to push the payload, capture the point just a whole lot easier if you get maybe even 3 kills, which beforehand, especially at the higher levels, if you got 3 kills as McCree, bruh, that was just a great ultimate right there, which allowed your team just to push up forward. So again, a lot of changes I feel like is going to come out of this game, not just for these 3 heroes, but for the rest of the team. So I don't know what could happen. I want to get your guys' thoughts for this meta change, possible meta change. Again, I'm not trying to make assumptions, but I feel like big change is going to come into play. So love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. More Overwatch videos to come, and bye.